Be advised, nchi ya Momomba, be advised.
He is the Commander-in-Chief of Kenya's Armed Forces. Protected by an elite unit trained to stop a bullet with their chest. Yet in just 4 months, President William Ruto has been reached, grabbed, and nearly hit 4 times. May 24th, 2026, a Thanksgiving event in Ganze, Kilifi County. President William Ruto is addressing the public when an intruder weaves through the crowd undetected and reaches the head of state, grabs the president by the shoulder. Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja called it unacceptable and a matter of the gravest national concern. But this was not just the first alarm, it was the 4th. In Wajir, a man got close enough to touch. In Migori, a projectile made physical contact. In Langata, Kibra, an object was thrown from a blind spot. Each breach represents a different failure: physical approach, projectile attack, and a blind spot infiltration. Ganze was the final straw. Immediately after Ganze, Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat issued an internal memo. The command structure of the Presidential Escort Unit was blown apart. A commandant lasting less than 2 years in the Presidential Escort Unit is highly unusual. Noah Maiyo had led the unit since July 2024. Before that, he was head of operations and had guarded 4 presidents, from Moi to Ruto. But his watch saw the worst breaches in decades. But the problem is not just command. According to officers who spoke to us on condition of anonymity, a deep rot has festered inside the Presidential Escort Unit for months. The men who shield the president with their own bodies are sometimes sleeping in poor condition. Their travel allowance are delayed. When they accompany the president out of Nairobi, they are hosted in cheap lodgings or public schools, not in dignified places. Silent accusations also swirl around ethnicity, favoritism, and corruption in deployments. Some officers are assigned based on who they know, not their competence. Morale, insiders say, is at an all-time low. The president's security is built on 2 elite pillars. The GSU Reke subunit, headquartered in Ruiru, and the Presidential Guard subunit, which secures state houses, state lodges, and the first family. These are not just ordinary officers. They are the best of the best. But even the best cannot function when leadership is demoralized and logistics are broken. The Reggae unit is supposed to be the sharpest blade. Instead, officers describe a unit where allowances are a rumor and promotions are a lottery. But there's another factor that security experts are now pointing to: the president himself. When President William Ruto deliberately cultivated an image of accessibility, he has abandoned the tradition of having a uniform aide-de-camp standing directly behind him at all times. After Ganze, security teams have reportedly reverted to the old protocol. The ADC will now stand directly behind the president at all public events, whether the president agrees or not. But the failures do not stop at the presidential escort unit's command. The rot runs higher, much higher. Ultimately, the safety of the commander-in-chief is the responsibility of the Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary, the Inspector General of Police, and the policy makers who design Kenya's VIP protection architecture.
It is very irresponsible and reckless for the government to play around with the security of President William Ruto.
For months, officers have complained about delayed allowances, squalid sleeping conditions, and favoritism. They are not operational issues, they are systemic government failures. The Interior CS controls the budget and policy direction. The Inspector General of Police controls the command and discipline. Neither acted until a man's hand touched the president's shoulder. Instead of fixing these structural cracks, Murkomen and Kanja waited for a crisis. After Ganze, they rushed to reshuffle the presidential escort unit command. But they did not rush to fix the allowances, the housing, or the morale. That tells you everything about their priorities. The officers on the ground are not blameless, but they are also victims of a system that has starved them of resources, respect, and rest. The real accountability belongs to those who hold the purse and the policy pen. Security breaches around high-profile leaders are not unique in Kenya. In the US, President Donald Trump survived multiple attempts. Barack Obama once shared a lift with an armed contractor who bypassed Secret Service protocols. In Kenya, former President Uhuru Kenyatta suffered 2 major breaches in his tenure. But the frequency of Ruto's breaches, 4 in under 2 years, is unprecedented. It suggests not just isolated failures, but a systemic collapse.
The security of the president, his safety, and his well-being is a very important ingredient of our political stability as a country. It is key to national security.
And then there is the whisper that will not die. Some within the security establishment claim that the government incident was not a failure, but a fix. That the junior officers staged the breach to expose Noah Maiyo. They saw Maiyo as old and out of touch, but because he's a Ruto loyalist, the only way to remove him was to humiliate him. Whether conspiracy or truth, the result is the same. Mayo is now drinking tea at Vigilance. His adrenaline-fueled career reduced to paperwork. The 2027 election is approximately less than 15 months away. That the campaign season will see President Ruto in more crowded and controlled environments than at any time since he took office. William Sawe, the new commandant, comes from the Reke subunit, an elite counter-terrorism formation. He has a reputation for discipline, but he inherits a demoralized force, delayed allowances, and officers who have lost faith in their leadership. There cannot be a worse tragedy for a nation than losing a president. The recent breaches are not just worrying, they are inexcusable. Heads have rolled, protocols have changed, but until the rot of demoralization, corruption, and poor welfare is dug out by the roots, the president will remain a target, not just because of his enemies, but because of his own protectors.